Guys, welcome back to the Sports May Podcast. My name is Joshua May. You're listening to episode 5. On today's episode, we have our very first guest. And we're going to be doing something very different this episode, which my guest will explain after we welcome him. So, let me introduce you to someone very special to me. This is my father, Evan. So, Dad, can you explain today's episode?
Hey, everybody. I'm happy to be here. My son, Joshua. So, today we're going to be doing something very special. We are going to be doing a little sports debate between me and Joshua. We are going to have a couple of randomized topics, which we're going to spin a very special wheel, which you see on the screen here. And it will choose a topic for us, and we're just going to talk about it. Give you our thoughts, our opinions, how we feel about it. And it's pretty straightforward. So, you ready to get things going, Josh?
Yeah.
All right.
Spin this.
Okay, so let's spin this wheel.
Yeah. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, yeah. Mets and Yankees 2023 season. What we looking forward to? Let's start with the Yankees first.
Yeah, so the Yankees.
Best for last.
Yeah, so Yankees. What do you think about their offseason?
I think they just made themselves one of the best pitching rotations in baseball, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you add a guy like Rodon to Garrett Cole, I think you just really, have a top two that's like unparalleled to most people. But also, they got bad news, because Frankie Montes looks like he's going to have surgery. And that's devastating to them. That's a trade that's going to end up backfiring in the end. And then you got, who else we got?
You lost Jameson Tile.
Yeah, Jameson Tile's gone. So they got Rodon,
Yeah,
Cole,
they still got Nestor.
and Nestor Cortez.
Nasty Nestor.
Yeah, the guy who came in, he was like their savior last year. Without him, I don't think they were even making the playoffs. We have that amazing first half they had, absolutely incredible, and mostly due to Nestor. What do you think about their offense?
I like their offense. Now, people, I feel like, are overrating their offense because I feel like it mostly is running on, Stan and that Judge. You can't have two people leading the lineup. Usually the teams that win the World Series have a lot of guys that could do it. Like the Astros, they just won the World Series. They have so many people that can hit. You got Yordan Alvarez. You got Kyle Tucker. Bregman. Who else we got? Pena.
Yeah, but when you look at the Yankees, I think, but it's gonna be key because they're gonna bring up one of their two big prospects.
Volpe,
I think it's Peraza, right?
Well, they're both shortstop, so I don't know how they.
Yeah, I think kind of Falefa did not work out at all. That trade ended up backfiring. I told Miss, I think they miss Sanchez right now. To tell you the truth, I think I'd rather have him than kind of Falefa. He brought nothing to the team. But they do listen. LeMahieu has to come back to what he was. The guy has to be one of your best hitters. All right. Then Josh Donaldson, the Josh Donaldson experiment failed, and they really didn't add that much in offense. Basically, the big addition was bringing back Judge, and you bring back. Listen, you brought back the MVP.
They lost Judge. Then
we'll be talking about something. They probably spent the money somewhere else. They spent a ton of money, and it would have gone somewhere else. But
maybe they would have got Trey Turner, maybe. Well, probably not.
Well, Turner went really fast. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I forgot.
Listen, they could have swung some kind of move. They want Judge. They made him the captain, right?
Yep.
So, listen, the Yankees are going to be fine. You got to worry about Tampa Bay in that division. Baltimore's up and coming, but I don't think they're there yet.
Toronto.
Still
pretty good.
Toronto's one of the biggest threats they have. Tampa. It's weird because Tampa's got that pitching and. They just come out, they always just come out of nowhere and they do great. Boston, they're a mess. I count down when they're going to start trading Devers because that's the next one to go. They signed Devers, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay, I'm going to scratch that one. Yeah, Devers is going to be there. But I won't count them out because they just come out of nowhere every few years and they do their thing. But the division's stacked. The Yankees, I think, are the favorites. With Toronto a close second. What do you think?
I feel like Toronto's barely going to edge them out, to be honest. They're just going to barely squeeze by the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the Yankees could come in first place now.
Oh, I definitely think so. I think the Yankees could
Yeah.
definitely come in first place. And with the Yankees being in first place, I mean, that's like, I mean, the American League is very weak, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You want to move on to the Mets?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, our team is obviously the Mets. So,
Well,
you'll get
fine.
more out of us in the Mets because we could talk about them. We talk about it every day in general. And the Mets are our team. So, let's talk about their offseason. I mean, obviously, it was monster.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they had the best offseason out of everybody, and they were
Well, did they?
they were one.
True,
they
were.
and-
Everyone ranked them.
Yeah, and they were one physical away from having like probably an all-time off season.
Yeah.
And goodbye, Correa. Nice not knowing you.
Oh,
And but we'll start with their rotation, which is dynamic to tell you the truth. When you lose Jacob DeGrom and your rotation probably got better, says a lot for a team. And I mean, let's see, they who they had. Let's see, they had the reigning Cy Young Award winner and Justin Verlander.
They brought back Ottavino.
Yeah.
He was good. He's on the USA team this year.
Yeah. I mean, who else they got? Jose Quintana, Kodai Senga, David Robertson, Brooks Raley, Omar Narvaez, Tommy Pham, Brandon Nimmo's resigned, Evan Diaz resigned, Adam Ottavino resigned. Thinking about adding all those guys and losing basically 3 fifth-year rotation and losing DeGrom, Bassett, and Walker. And you're coming out in better. It says something for what they did in the offseason. And having Scherzer, Verlander 2, Quintana 3, Senga 4, and then you're gonna have Peterson and McGill, and then Carlos Carrasco. They are deep.
Carrasco could sometimes pop off if he wants to.
Yeah, he could. I mean, Carrasco could be dominant. He could carry that team for the longest time. Let's get to our offense for the Mets.
For both.
Yeah, we're gonna look into the Mets offense. Nimmo, bringing Nimmo back. We love him. What do you think about Nimmo?
I feel like Nimmo is just one of the best leadoff hitters in baseball because he's a guy that his batting average isn't that good, but like he's always getting hits. He's always he gets on base when he needs to, right?
I agree, and he doesn't strike out. He's an on-base machine. He doesn't make. I mean,
great eye.
Yeah, exactly. He'll either he doesn't steal.
Contact.
The one thing he doesn't do is steal bases, but he gets on base like a great
here's
clip.
The thing: the Mets are a team that steals. Like their base coach's job, Joey Colorado. I don't remember who their first base coach.
I forgot. I mean, so you have Nimmo on base, and then you have the guys follow him that can bring him in. You have Marte. You got Marte. I mean, God, he was a great pickup for them last year. The guy really does it all. I mean, he didn't steal as many bases as he did, but he does hit for power, hits for average, gets on base, and he scores you a lot of runs. And then you got one of your top MVP candidates in Lindor.
Yeah.
He just does it all. He speaks for himself. Lindor's basically a Gold Glover shortstop who can hit you 30 home runs, get you 100 RBIs. Was
100 RBIs. Good.
Yeah.
This was the second year he got 100 RBIs.
Yes.
Depends.
But I mean, he could have 100 runs. I mean, he does it. I mean, he's an MVP guy that every team wants all the good teams have. He's your Mookie Betts. He's your Mike Trout. He's your let's see, who else was
Your Judge.
Yeah, he's your Judge or Bogarts or Machado. He's the Mets. That's the Mets version, the guy that your MVP guy. And then
Alonso too.
Well, Alonso is their next MVP guy, and I thought he didn't get enough MVP consideration last year, considering the guy had 40 home runs and 131 RBIs.
To be honest, I really thought he was better than Machado.
Oh, definitely. But Machado, you know what? I just want
he's a good fielder.
Yeah, but I mean, when they lost Tatis, Machado carried that team pretty much.
That's true.
Yeah, and Soto trade didn't do much for them, so I mean, I guess Machado was very valuable to them. The Mets had a lot of people contributing. Right? Yeah. And then you have McNeil, guy won the batting title last year.
I feel like McNeil is he's just gonna keep
He could get better.
Now.
I need to get better.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's a good hitter. He's a legit hitter, major league hitter who bat 300, bat 326.
I knew he was going to be good, even though he had a horrible year in 2021.
Yeah. Everybody has off years. They do. People are coming to majors and they have off years.
You know what? I knew he was going to be good because at the end of the year, he started popping off.
Yeah.
At the end of the year.
Eduardo Escobar, I mean, he realistically shouldn't have even been a third baseman because they would have had Correa. Who knows what happened to Escobar? But Escobar's going to be starting at third baseman. And guy had an amazing second half last year. Hope he could keep it up. And I mean, Brett Beatty's gonna have one shot in spring training to take that job from him. And either Escobar wins that job outright, or Beatty loses the job.
What about Francisco Alvarez? How is he fielding?
Well, I think Navarro might be the catcher to start with, but Alvarez could come in and light the spring training on fire and preseason and see what happens. But I mean, he could have that job if he wants it to. It's another one like Beatty. You want the job, go and get it. And then you have Vogelbach as a DH. I mean, I wasn't thrilled about him to begin with last year. I mean, I think he did better for DH. But
did we lose Darren Ruff? No, we still have him.
Yeah, we have Darren Ruff. So, I mean, the depth is going to be there. I mean, we have our prospects, the Vientos.
Yeah, we got, like, those small guys who could actually come in and pinch run, like Terrence Moore.
Tommy Pham. We got Tommy Pham now.
Yeah.
But listen, the Mets, I think, are in that division. When you got the AL champion, NL champion Phillies, you got the World Series champion, the previous World champion Braves.
Not previous.
Well, they won it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then you have the up and coming Marlins, and it's gonna be a tough division. But I think the Mets are better.
Nationals are just
they're rebounding. They're not factor, but I think the Mets are gonna be either one of the top two teams. I'm not gonna discount the Phillies.
Yep.
But I think with that, we are gonna conclude our Mets Yankees 2023 season predictions and what we think will happen in the offseason. And we'll spin this wheel again. Here we go.
Come on. Super Bowl VII.
That is Super Bowl 57.
Yep.
All right. And so we'll talk about Super Bowl. Obviously, I think it was one of the better Super Bowls you'll ever see. Considering that you have a lot of duds.
Game-winning field goal.
Exactly.
I wish I was in the last second so the game already ended.
I know. I mean, 8 seconds left when you kicked that, but it was still, you couldn't get any better for an ending. I mean, considering it ended in a penalty, a holding call kind of took the air out of that, ending. But think about it, if you don't have the holding call, then Philly gets the ball back and no one knows what happens.
Yeah, I remember on Twitter, Juju, AJ Brown, James Bradbury, and went at it on Twitter, on Instagram or Twitter. I don't remember what it was.
Oh, there's this trash talking.
Yeah.
Athletes being athletes. Their egos and you hurt your feelings.
Like
that happens.
I remember on Valentine's Day, Juju says, he writes, James Bradbury, I can hold you whenever I need to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause that holding there.
Yeah, holding was I think it was legit holding. I mean, they could have not called it, and people wouldn't have cared. But
he barely grabbed his.
He did.
Even James Bradbury said
he said exactly. Bradbury said he did. I mean, it's because he said that. I mean, the refs had to call it. I mean, it could have went other way, but it went the Chiefs' way, and that's the way it goes. I mean, there have been calls at the end of games, and
he just barely had him.
Yep.
On that holding.
But listen, it happened. It changed. I mean, that won the game for them, in my opinion. And
yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, that was it. After that was a wrap. Anyways, for the rest of the game, I mean, Mahomes has been Mahomes. I mean, even though he didn't go off in yards, passing yards, he threw 3 touchdowns.
Oh, he had like 182.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, the rushing game was killer in the second half. The Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
Pacheco went off, and McKinnon was good out of the backfield, and Sky Moore comes out of nowhere and scored a touchdown for you. You know you're gonna win when guys like that score for you. And I mean, listen, they didn't get a lot of passing, but it was just the second half was all theirs. I mean, they went out after halftime, went right down the field, and Philly did not have an answer for them in the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even though Jalen Hurts, he had a great game. I mean, that fumble, that was it.
He had
that was
3 rushing touchdowns.
He did. And he ran for 70 yards, for 304. Great.
The game could have ended, but barely. Miles Sanders, quarter did not have control yet. 1, 2, and he was about to get the 3rd feet down, and they made him fumble. And it doesn't count because you have to have 3 feet.
No, you have to have a step.
Yeah.
Yeah. You catch the ball, you got 2 feet down, and you got to make a football move. So basically, you got basically another step, or you got pushed. Anything like
yes, he caught it and then fumbled.
Yeah. It wasn't incomplete. It wasn't a fumble.
Yeah, it was incomplete.
Yeah, they called it. It would have been a fumble. He actually had possession of it. So, but that's the way it goes, and that's the way football is. It's play to play. You never know. I mean, on offense for the Eagles, I mean, you could say Devontae Smith. I mean, the guy had a monster year in general. So did AJ Brown. Those guys dominated. What do you think was the play of the game?
I think the play. I was thinking about that AJ Brown touchdown.
Yeah.
To be honest, that was.
But it reminds me of the Kelsey touchdown.
It wasn't really.
Yeah, because I mean, well, actually, AJ Brown touchdown. That was a bomb, and he caught it really good. Over 3 guys, I think it was 2 guys. Yeah, the AJ Brown touchdown was really good.
What about what do you think the best run was?
The Mahomes run. It was like after in the second half when he ran like all the way down to like the 20 30, and he like chugged it, and the guy you even announced like this guy was running with one leg, and the guy he was torching everybody, and that was like a very big run. I think that scared Philadelphia. I mean, because they thought he had him down. I mean, they thought he had him.
It would have been a touchdown if he's healthy.
Think about this though. I want you to understand this. Going to the half, what the Eagles were up by what? Like 24 to 14.
That's how he was running. And he just has his.
I know, but think of the Eagles. You're up by like almost over 10 points at the half. Mahomes leaves the half, going into the half. I think he's hurt. Guy couldn't even get off the field. And you think you have the game, and then the Chiefs just come out and just run roughshod over you in the second half.
Yep.
But with that, I think we just covered everything we could talk about with the Super Bowl. We'll spin this wheel one more time.
Oh, you want to do 2 more times or what?
Alright, yeah, 2 more times, you're right. We'll spin it one more time and you can spin it again.
1 more time. So.
Top NFL players of all time. Well, so
top NFL players of all time.
Obviously, we can go with top players of all time. We go with the GOAT, right?
Yeah, Tom Brady number 1.
Yep, Tom Brady number 1. You got 7 Super Bowls. You deserve to be number 1. 97 Super Bowls. He's a couple MVPs. All the pass. He's at every single passing record. Guy's number 1 in my opinion. Number 2. Players that you could think that were dominant and good. Offensive players, I mean, your wide receiver and running back, I mean, you can have your tight end. Yeah, I mean, Jerry Rice is your top wide receiver, obviously.
Or you could, if you want a tight end, you could go Tony Gonzalez. I mean, it's just.
No, he's not one of the top players, NFL players of all time. I mean, you gotta talk about dominance, guys that just like.
Oh, yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, I mean.
Peyton Manning?
Yes, definitely Peyton Manning, but the guy's a regular season quarterback. It's hard when you like see top players could think about like every position in his own value.
You could say defense, Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor, definitely. You know what? Because he changed the game, he revolutionized the game. He was unstoppable, and he
probably best defensive player ever, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of dominant defensive players. I mean, like Michael Strahan sets a sack record. These guys like a sack a lot of guys like that. Like Reggie White, these guys got mounts of sacks. J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt, and Justin Houston. These guys, those like all like in the same ilk. Nobody could revolutionize the game like Lawrence Taylor did.
Yeah.
And as far as your safeties go,
you could say Ed Reed.
Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu. I mean, they're probably guys back before my time or his time. Migos over, so we'll stick to more recent. You know, I mean, Brian Dawkins was pretty good, not one of the best, obviously. But as far as defense goes, I mean, guys that impact the game. I mean, the cornerbacks, unless you get a ton of interceptions, not impacting the game on a huge level. Yeah, Deion did other things. But no, Darrell, he's a good quarterback, not best. So, I mean, as far as...
Who is the best DB? Corner. You could say Deion.
Yeah, Deion, or you have Champ Bailey, these guys like...
Darrell, too. I mean, he was on that level.
Yeah, Darrell, I mean, as far as shutdown goes, yes. The guy at his best, he was shut down as they come. But, I mean, it's hard to judge when you're judging, like, cornerbacks.
Deion was just very fast, you know?
Yeah.
That's why he was so athletic, that's why he was so good. Athletic freak. What about Ray Lewis? There's a good one.
Yeah, Ray Lewis, you're right.
Ray Lewis, I mean, he would just, I don't explain, he would always just, bam. He could get those hit sticks.
Yeah, but the guy controlled the team.
Same thing with me and Joel Green.
Yeah. I mean, your best running back, obviously, I think, would be Emmitt Smith. The guy has the all-time rushing record.
Well, I think it
played a long time. Barry Sanders.
If he kept playing, he would have been the best.
I agree. Oh, yeah, I mean, Barry Sanders was amazing, but Emmitt Smith had what Barry Sanders did, a career. He didn't quit like Barry Sanders did. Emmitt Smith played for 14, almost.
Well, he quit it because he didn't want
Yeah,
to
he
do
played
it
for
again.
14 years. Emmitt Smith. All right, the guy won 3 Super Bowls. All right, he won.
Well, it didn't barely because the whole line thing he didn't.
He didn't want to play with a losing team. He was tired, and he said maybe he wanted to get paid, whatever. He saw they weren't going anywhere, and it's not like today these guys could force their way out, and he was stuck there. He felt.
They wouldn't get rid of him every time he just kept telling him.
Yeah.
Signed out to play, and that was it. Mm-hmm. That ended his career. That was a big thing.
I agree. Your best wide receiver is Jerry Rice, but you could throw in your dominant ones. You have your Randy Mosses, Tim Brown,
Calvin
Johnson, Terrell Owens,
Ronnie Lott.
No, Ronnie Lott's a safety.
Oh, okay.
As wide receivers just go, I mean, but I mean those are the ones. I mean, you could come to mind. I mean, Marvin Harrison.
Not Marvin Harrison. Well, I feel like maybe if he didn't have Peyton Manning, would he still be good?
Probably not. I mean, a lot of these guys.
Would we ever know that? No.
Yeah, we never know. I mean, the good ones always come to the top. You get good players.
Yeah. So. Want to go one more time for the wheel?
Yes, our last time. Let's go. Spin that wheel.
Yes, I'm waiting for this one.
MLB award predictions. Well, we tackled the MLB earlier, so this should be easy.
Alright, Platinum Glove, the best fielder in the AL. Who do you think this one would be?
Correa. Give it to him. Guy going back to Twins.
Correa, that's a strong arm.
Yep. Okay, so I think Correa in the National League. I'm gonna go Lindor. He should have won the Gold Glove last year, and the guy was amazing.
How about it?
All right, we're gonna go. I'm not gonna go Rookie of the Year. I don't know the rookies yet, and
I do.
I know, but it's hard to tell who comes out of training camp and who. We know you toss prospects, yes.
Let's just do someone random. We don't know if it could be, but let's try.
I'll say Gunnar Henderson.
AL, yeah, that's a good one. All right. Or it could be another one from the Orioles. What was his name? That pitcher, Grayson Rodriguez.
Okay.
He's another one.
Okay.
And over here. Now, this is a close one. This could be Corbin Carroll. Who else? Who's that?
Francisco Alvarez, Jordan Walker.
A lot of guys that it could be.
Yeah, I mean there are. I mean, I think it's very wide open. I know it's gonna
have better rookies. But.
Yeah. All right.
Let's do manager of the year first.
Okay.
If we don't know their name, then let's just say the team's manager.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. Okay. So let's take AL first.
Okay, you're gonna go your best teams.
It can't be the best team. Sometimes it could be a team.
It's a team that wins. So I can have. It's not gonna be Aaron Boone. I mean, is it gonna be Dusty Baker? I mean, who's the manager for the Seattle Mariners?
Scott Service.
There you go. That's your manager of the year, I think.
You know who I was gonna be?
Who?
The Twins, because I think they're gonna come out and be good next year. I feel like sometimes the Twins could be a team that will come out of nowhere and be good. Like in 2019.
Rocco Baldelli.
Huh?
Rocco Baldelli's the manager.
Oh. Like in 2019, I don't know, they just went off. Mm-hmm. They made the playoffs. I think they got the 2 seed. Like they went off.
Okay, let's go National League Manager of the Year.
Yeah.
Buck isn't he won it. He won it last year. I mean, he could win it back to back, but I'll stay away from him. Your teams. Dave Roberts is not going to win it with the Dodgers. Dodgers is too good. Mike Matheny, I'll say, for the Cardinals.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. AL Cy Young Award winner. Who's your pick?
AL Cy Young Award winner? Ooh, I think this one barely going to get out, but this will be. I was about to say Robbie Ray. I was going to say Shane McClanahan. He was one of them. I feel like he got hurt at the end of the year. That's what it was. He could be a good one. Dylan Cease. You know what? Well, he might not do it back-to-back years.
Alex Manoah.
Oh yeah, that's one. Kevin Gausman. Well, I don't think he's that type though.
Rodon.
No, you got Cole.
Let's pick one guy. We're picking everybody. We're picking contenders. I want our number one. Who's winning the award?
What do you think?
Our winner, I think, is going to be. It's not DeGrom. It's going to be. I'm going to go with McCallaghan. You're right. The guy who was dominant, injury derailed him. He was actually on track to win the Cy Young, so I'll give it to Shane McCallaghan. And in the NL, which top 31.
Do you know what? I'm just gonna say it right now. I think it's gonna be Corbin Burnes.
Okay.
I just feel like, well, the only thing that's gonna stop him from winning it is his team.
Okay,
Overall.
I agree with that one. All right, then my pick for the NL Cy Young Award winner. I'm gonna go with Zach Wheeler.
I was thinking of that one too, and that could happen because their team's good.
Yeah, and the guy is on. He's on the cusp of it. He's due for one. He's been dominant every year since he's been with the Phillies.
Right, I know.
Even going back to the Mets, but now I think he's due for one. Now
Yeah.
we're gonna go tackle our MVPs, AL MVP prediction.
Okay, ooh, it's a big one. Now I feel like our AL MVP, one of them's Jose Ramirez, one that could win it, right? Jose Ramirez is one.
I agree.
Who else could be a finalist?
Not finals. Who's gonna take our winner?
Not Alvarez.
Yeah,
Who do you think's winning it?
I mean,
Yes,
my opinion, who I think is gonna win it? Julio Rodriguez. Guy won Rookie of the Year, and we're gonna get a full season Julio on a good team. Mariners, they could stay good.
Now look, I would say Trout, but
Trout can't stay healthy.
I know that's exactly the same.
I would say Trout too, but he doesn't stay healthy. Now National League.
Well, let me take my pick real quick. I think it's Jose Ramirez. I feel like it's either you or daughter Ramirez for me.
Okay.
Either one out. But I feel like they're both the same, so. Okay, National League. You could go first. What do you think?
Pete Alonso. No. I mean, he deserves it. He deserved it last year. But you're going to go your MVP. You know I'd like to win it?
Who?
Nolan Arenado.
Right? He deserves it. Do you know who I think is going to win it though?
No.
Manny Machado.
He should have won. He could have won it last year too.
I feel like Machado and Arenado are the same thing. Both great fielders and both creators.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think we nailed all awards. And I guess you want to wrap it up for today?
Yeah. Okay, but let's go. That's it for episode 5. We'll see you probably next mini episode, right?
Yeah, we'll do
We could do.
Yeah, Josh will probably do one a game or something. I mean, we got like a couple things in mind that I'm helping him with.
Yeah.
But definitely come back and Joshua. He loves entertain, so he's doing a good job here.
You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and we will see you next mini episode.
Bye, guys.